And welcome back to Fourth and Pain, the only pro wrestling show to be hosted by an NFL player, a weight loss champion. That right there, that's Redskins defensive end Adam Carriker.
Holy Moses Malone.
I'm former wrestling announcer turned weight loss champion Chuck Carroll. This here is Fourth and Pain. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Fourth and Pain and join us Sunday mornings, 8 o'clock, 106.7 The Fan. 1 full hour of pro wrestling and football. And Adam, as is customary each and every week, it is time to award the Fourth and Pain Championship. This week we put it out to a vote. Would it be London Fletcher or would it be Alfred Morris for a fourth time? And overwhelmingly, the people have spoken.
Well, personally, I voted for Fletch, but how you doing, Alfred? I'm just kidding. I voted for you, too. Doing good, man. Doing good. How'd you feel out there Sunday? I mean, it was essentially a playoff game. How'd you feel during the game? You had a great game, broke the Redskins rushing record, beat out Clinton Portis, got 200 yards, came away with a great victory. How'd you feel?
I felt great. I mean, I was ready to go, and there was no way we were going to be denied that win. I mean, I felt just overall we wanted it more than the Dallas Cowboys, and I knew that going into the game. And I was there's no way we're not going to win this game. So, I mean, we went out there, we gave it our all, and we came out with the W.
33 carries, 200 yards, 3 times you find the end zone. At what point Sunday night did you realize that you had, as they say in the business, the pepper? When did you know you were going to have a career game?
The pepper.
I mean, I kind of had an idea before the game started. I was like, I'm going to go out here and just run my butt off. I'm going to go out here and do what I do every week, and leave it all on the field. I was like, this game needs so much more, not only just for the team, but for the city, for Redskins Nation. So I just had a good feeling that it was going to be a great game, and it turned out that way.
And I believe I heard somewhere, maybe you remarked in the postgame, that Clinton Portis told you prior to the game that he wanted you to break his rushing record. What was that conversation like between the two of you?
I mean, Clinton Portis is a cool guy. I've been kind of shooting the breeze with him, like when he comes in the locker rooms at various home games, and he's like, "Go get it." He's like, "Don't cry though." He's like, "Don't be out the sling and snot and crying your tears." He's like, I want you to break the record, man." He's like, "You deserve it, man. You've been running your butt off all year." So, and that was huge coming from Clinton Portis. I grew up watching him. I definitely was a fan of Clinton Portis.
Now I'm going to go a little off track here, but because I ran into CP before the game, and he had a V-neck on all the way down to his belly button. He had pants on tighter than what my wife wears. What did you think of his wardrobe? And
Wow.
CP, if you hear this, you tweet me anything you want. But what did you think of his wardrobe? Be honest.
I mean, it was different. I personally couldn't pull it off, but I was like, he's one of those guys that probably get away with it. You know what I mean? But I mean, I think it's fitting him. But for me to do that, yeah, it wouldn't work.
Wow. Okay, so this is Fashion Hour on
Threw you
Fourth
off
and
with that
Pain.
question, didn't I, Chuck?
Pro wrestling, football, and fashion. Hi there. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Fashionistas. But seriously, back to football. I mean, you wrapped up a tremendous regular season. Honestly, when you were selected in the 6th round, and I know that this is a question you've probably been asked time and time and time again, but when you were selected in the 6th round, could you foresee having this type of season, Alfred?
No. I mean, I'm not surprised with my performance because, I always believe in myself and I know what I'm capable of doing. But at the same time, I was more surprised that my opportunity came a lot sooner than expected. And I've said this many times before, but I thought maybe around the 5th or 6th game that I would be, finally get in there and maybe get a couple of reps, a couple of carries, kind of slowly work my way up. But, my opportunity came a lot faster. I think I guess the biggest time was when we played the Colts in the preseason, and that it kind of solidified, everything that I was doing up until that point. So I'm just surprised that it came soon, but I'm not surprised on my performance.
We're speaking with Alfred Morris here on Fourth and Pain, this week's Fourth and Pain champion. Regular season now behind you. Now a crucial first round, second season, Sunday, 4:30 p.m. FedEx Field. You're hosting the Seattle Seahawks. What are your initial impressions of this squad? You guys are actually coming into this game as 2.5-point underdogs, despite having a 7-game win streak yourselves.
I mean, it really don't matter who's underdog or who's not. I mean, it's going to be a dogfight out there. It's the playoffs, it's win or go home, and I think we personally have an advantage because we've been in a playoff situation since that bye week, and to set ourselves up to get in this position. So, I mean, having a 7-game win streak, having that momentum, having this I guess, this sense of greatness, unstoppableness, is definitely going to help us. I mean, we can't be complacent. We still got a long week, a lot of work to put in because we're facing a great team, and I can understand why they place us as an underdog. But I mean, it's like I said, it's going to be a dog fight, and any given Sunday, any team can win. You know, it all comes down to who's going to come out there and execute, who's going to come out and make the least amount of mistakes, who's going to come out there and be more disciplined than their opponent, and that's what it really comes down to.
Looking ahead to this game, I'd have to imagine this would be one of the biggest games of your career, if not the biggest one. What are some other major games that you played in, whether it be in high school or college, or something that would compare to this in your past?
Probably, I think the more significant one was my senior year when we faced the state champion, the previous year state champs, and it was a tough game. I mean, they kind of came out in the first half and they whooped up on us a little bit. Also, but yeah, but after that, I'm sorry. After that, I mean, we was able to get it going, and we shut them out in the second half. So it was a great feeling, though. But, I mean, that definitely doesn't compare to the situation we're in now.
And last question before we turn our attention to what we do best and talk a little pro wrestling. But I have to ask you, you have to be a little bit relieved that you're hosting Seattle as opposed to traveling out west where the Seahawks and that 12th man are undefeated.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I only hear stories about how crazy it is to go in there and get a win. But, I mean, they have to come and, face our 12th man. And this stadium, these last few home games has been electrifying. And I know they're gonna shake and rattle up these Seattle Seahawks. So it's definitely gonna be fun. I'm glad we got home field advantage. For the Redskins, they can come out and watch us in person play rather than traveling on the road or watching on the TV.
Now we're gonna switch over to wrestling a little bit. Now I have a question, and we brought this up every time we've interviewed you. Where is the "you can't see me" when you score a touchdown? What is the deal here?
I mean, it's gonna happen. I'm setting it up. I'm setting up for a great moment. So don't worry, it's gonna happen.
Well, here's what happens. I can tell you what happens because you're out in the field of battle and you do what comes naturally. You do the muscle memory thing, and after he scores touchdowns, he does the little league t-ball swing.
Right.
And I mean, it's kind of his thing, and people know him for it. I say T-ball. I'm joking around. But, I mean, it's a great celebration, and people kind of endear themselves to it. And it's just muscle memory to him at this point. In his defense, Chuck. I know it bothers you, but in his defense.
It does tremendously. I'm sitting up there in the press box each and every Sunday, and I'm just hoping every time he finds the end zone, like, hey, he's going to do it. And then I just get let down. So, Alfred, is it going to take a T-shirt to remind you? What is it going to take to get this thing done?
Maybe we should strip him from the belt.
It's going to come. Don't worry.
I look forward to it. But you know what? You talked about an electrifying crowd. Coming soon to the WWE, once again, is the most electrifying man in pro wrestling. And since this is, Alfred Morris, the only pro wrestling show to be hosted by an NFL player and a weight loss champion, wouldn't it be fun to take a couple of minutes and talk about who your top 5 favorite wrestlers of all time were?
Top 5 greatest.
Greatest.
There is a difference. Top 5 great. We've talked about your favorite. Who's your top 5 greatest of all time?
Good question.
I mean, no matter what list I can go anywhere, but number one is always going to be Stone Cold Steve Austin. By far, my favorite wrestler ever. I mean, I got excited when he played, and how he commanded the crowd and just got everybody into it. It was crazy. So I always loved Steve Austin. And then, of course, The Rock, and the People's Elbow, I mean, that's pretty famous. So The Rock would have to be number 2. And then third, probably Triple H. I mean, I was a fan back of, the Generation X when they had X-Pac and all those guys. So Triple H probably be number 3. Number 4 probably be Mankind. I mean, I know he's a man of different, characters. He changed so much, Cactus Jack and all those guys. And number 5, who do you say number 5 would be? And I would say X-Pac. I definitely, when we play video games, I always pick the X-Pac, and I like his little, special move when he did in the corner, the little suck it thing. So I don't know. I just always play with X-Pac as well. So it'll probably be my top 5.
The Bronco Buster.
X-Pac, a little bit of a surprise there. Cinderella story.
I would never have seen that. And here's a 2-point question for you, Alfred Morris. Do you know who X-Pac's former girlfriend is?
Ooh.
Former WWE Women's Champion.
Who? No, I do not.
I'll give you another hint. I'll give you another hint. She was also Triple H and HBK's bodyguard at the very beginning when DX was first coming around.
Oh, man, that wasn't China, was it?
It was the great China.
It was, yeah.
China, man. She's one of those girls that just kind of fell off the face of the earth, isn't she?
Well, I wonder what happened to her.
Well, she was on VH1's, where all the celebrities live together. I forget what that was called for a while. And then she did a little spread in a magazine without so much clothes on. And ever since then, she's just kind of disappeared. But do you know the story how they came about to get her as her bodyguard?
No.
Basically, HBK was looking for a bodyguard to accompany him to the ring. And he just happened to come across this really jacked woman who had a very serious demeanor with dark hair. So he went to Vince, talked to Vince about it, approached China about it, and she said yes, and that's how the whole thing came about. It was all up to HBK, sweet. His whole idea.
You got to love this wrestling historian sitting to my left here, Alfred.
What'd you think of China? What'd you think of China back in the day? Were you a fan of hers?
That was way back in the day. Seems like forever. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, but it seems like forever.
Were you a fan of hers? Did you like her at all?
Oh, China. Oh, yeah, I did like China. I mean, it was weird. I was trying to start out like, this is a pretty muscular woman, but I mean, she was pretty good though. I mean, she had some nice fights too as well. I mean, but like I said, Stone Cold was always my go-to. When he was fighting, I was definitely just tuned in.
Well, when he said she had some nice, I didn't think he was going to say fighting spirit.
Yeah, I thought that the show was going to go and take a little turn for the PG-13 attitude era.
No, we're keeping it PG-13.
Oh, man. So, Alfred Morris, listen, very much congratulations to you. And listen, we're going to get you that Fourth and Pain T-shirt as a reminder, okay? Maybe that we'll try to get this to you before Sunday, before the Seahawks come to town. Maybe you wear that under your jersey, just a little reminder. But it would be a great favor to both Adam and myself if we could get this done. You are, after all, our 4-time Fourth and Pain champion.
Yeah. All right. I got you.
He's the all-time leader.
That's right. All right. Alfred Morris on Fourth and Pain. Congratulations once again. Good luck against the Seattle Seahawks, and we will hopefully talk to you again next week.
All righty. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, man.
This is Fourth and Pain. We will be right back.